Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and welcome to Snetterton Farm. This is episode number 21, and we are in modern times. So, in other words, it is late November when I'm recording this episode for it to be shown sometime in early December. So, I know that I often contradict myself, and my apologies for that because I know in one of the episodes of Thornton Farm that I think that you might have watched on Friday, again, recorded in modern times, I say that sort of jokingly because, of course, I did take that 6 to 8 week hiatus between videos, and I do apologize for that. But I know that I had mentioned or I talked about the fact that, well, maybe I was going to give up on Snetterton Farm because I was having some issues, primarily with the gates. I was having issues with the gates on Snetterton Farm. Well, my good buddy Doug Zorley, and I've got to say thank you so much, Doug Zorley, for helping me out with the gates. He told me what I needed to do to the existing version of the map that I'm playing, which is obviously before the Giants update 1.5.1 was released. And so he helped me or showed me what I needed to do as far as updating that was concerned. So we took care of that, and then installing a mod. I believe it's door fix or automated door fix or something like that. It's on the Giants mod hub if you are interested in that. And let me just make sure that I'm going to the right place, and I am. We're going to go over here to fields number 2 and fields number 3 and fertilize those. Now, I found another lost episode of Snetterton Farm, and that was episode number 19, I believe, or maybe actually episode 20. I think this is episode number 21, so my apologies for getting the numbering system out, but I did find that long lost episode. It was on my drive, and I had not edited or I had not uploaded that. And so I will do that. Now, I have not watched that episode, unlike I did for the long lost episode of Thornton Farm, which you saw just a few days ago. I think you watched that on Wednesday. I did edit that and watch that video. I have not done that with Snetterton Farm, so my apologies for that as we get started here spraying this field. And so I believe, based on kind of the first 30 seconds or so of the video that I sort of rolled it to take a look and see what I had done, it looked like I had mowed the big field, that's field number 11, during that episode, and I think I picked up the grass from that episode. So we still have field number 17, which is another large grass field. We still have that in grass, and we'll probably do the same thing. We'll probably mow that and may actually handle or take care of that with as hay, because I think we got quite a bit of grass from that first field, and we still have our other fields that we can also mow as well. So that's probably going to be the plan for that. Now, Billy Bob is gone. Billy Bob, I took Billy Bob to the airport this morning, and so he has got on board the British Airways flight out of Denver, and he is headed to London Heathrow sort of as we speak. And I need to bump my time up there. My apologies for that as well. Get that up to 15x speed. That is, again, part of the challenge. So, and also in previous episodes, you know that I was doing the giveaway. That is done, so I will not be announcing any additional codes at this particular point in time. And I'm not sure how things are going to rotate with these two maps. For now, I'm not going to do the South American map. At least that's the decision, or that's my plan for today. I could change my mind in 5 minutes from now. Performance on this map is getting a little bit better. It's still a little sluggish in certain areas, and so my apologies if the video sort of jerks just a little bit. Just keep in mind that essentially what is going on is that this version of the map is the same version that I had started playing back in probably maybe August when we started this. Or maybe even before that. But so Stevie obviously has updated Snetterton Farm to be compliant with the 1.5.1 update from Giants, but it requires a restart, and I really did not want to have to do that. I did not want to have to. Well, I'll be honest and say I'm a bit maybe selfish on my part. I really didn't want to have to do all that work off camera, and I didn't want to restart the challenge. But I sort of feel like I want to continue the challenge, and I'm probably going to revise things just a little bit. I'm going to play each of the game days per each season, so this is 24 game days per season. But I'm gonna only make videos of my gameplay every couple of game days. So I think episode number 20, which was the lost episode that you guys will have seen obviously before you watch this video, I'm pretty sure that that was like in game day 1 of summer. And so this is, as you can tell, we're in game day 3 of summer, and we'll probably just kind of do it that way for maybe every 3 or 4 game days I'll do a video. So in other words, I'll be doing some off-camera work to keep our animals fed, to try to keep the greenhouses going. That's sort of the responsibility that I've given Jack. Obviously, with Billy Bob being out of the country and away for a couple of weeks, that's just going to leave Jack and myself here to fend for the main farm and to kind of keep things going. So I have sort of given Jack that responsibility to more or less keep the greenhouses going, and then I'm going to kind of finish up all the things that kind of need to be done here on the main farm. Of course, he'll be joining me for larger projects such as the mowing that we'll need to get going on in the next few game days. But you know, we do have 24 game days of spring, which we've already played, and we've got 24 game days of summer, and we're not even made a dent in that bucket yet. So hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. I've got to say, I'm just so glad to be back into Farm Sim 17, to be back producing content for you all to hopefully enjoy and watch and everything. And I am just very, very pleased just to be back and be here back in the saddle, as they say. So let's just kind of take a look. I just kind of like to keep progress on things. We've got just a few more fields. We've got field number 1. We're only about 9 minutes into this. I think I'm going to go ahead and fertilize spray field number 1. Field number 1 is that grass field right over there. And do we have a gate? I don't believe we do. I don't believe we have a gate that gets us in from that direction, so we will have to go through here. And we've got a nice little clicker in all of our tractors and our trucks and everything. We can just click a button on our little clicker there, and it opens up the gates, and that's all fantastic, of course. And so that's cool. But hopefully Billy Bob will have a great time over in jolly old England, and he will come back and he will share with Jack and I all of the newfangled ways that they're doing things over there, and hopefully, you know, he may even be able to share some of his experiences and some of the things, the processes and stuff that we sort of do here on this side of the pond with those folks over on the other side of the pond, and hopefully, you know, they'll learn something and he'll learn something, and sort of be able to come back over here and do sort of a train the trainer kind of concept and teach all of us perhaps how we're doing things wrong. And he's looking forward to meeting a few folks. Of course, he's looking forward to meeting Smithy and Thomas and Mr. Thornton and the foreman over there, that Jerry guy. And I think there's a few other folks that he's looking forward to meeting. Mr. Meerman, he is looking forward to meeting, and hopefully another young guy by the name of Shawnee B, and just a few other folks he's going to go and talk to and share all the things that he knows and possibly doesn't know with those fine folks over there. Of course, I'm sure that Mr. Meerman fellow will probably educate him on the rules of the road, or at least the rules of the road as it is understood in jolly old England. and so he'll come back and help us all out here. So you might remember we cut this grass field here some time ago. It was back in spring. We got the big Corona Big M out here and cut these smaller fields while we were waiting for our big pasture, our big meadows to grow. And so they have grown, and of course we've cut the first one. We did that in the lost episode, I want to call it. And so we will once again come together and do that other field, the other large meadow, and then we can probably start over again. I mean, this field is looking like it is pretty mature as far as the grass is concerned, and so hopefully we can get another cutting of this field. Don't know if we'll need to cut the big fields or not a second time. It just kind of depends on how much time we have and what our needs and everything are. Of course, we can always sell. We can always sell our silage. We can always sell our hay, or of course, we don't have any straw making capabilities right now, but that will all change in due time once we start harvesting, because we have a lot of different crops that we can obviously harvest for their straw, for the straw component. So looking forward to getting that going, looking forward to getting our harvest going. Now I will say that in addition to me sort of being out of the loop on my own farm sim activities, I've also been a bit behind on watching some of my very good friends and their YouTube channels. Like, for example, I'm kind of slowly catching up on Doug Zorley. I've decided I'm going to try to catch up on one of my friends at a time, and so right now I've been kind of picking on Doug Zorley and watching his episodes, and of course he is doing the other Stevie map that right now sort of the name of it sort of leaves me right now, but he is doing that challenge, and then obviously I'm doing Snetterton Farm. And Doug Zorley's actually already started on the new map by Stevie, and that's Beaver Creek. And I tell you what, I am kind of chomping at the bit to sink my teeth into that map. And I think the more I see of Beaver Creek, it's possible that I am kind of looking at that as maybe being an option instead of the South American stuff, oddly enough. But I do want to get my hands on, I would love to be able to do the new cattle types. Let me kind of think here what I need to do. I think we need to go get an attractor and take care of our cows just a little bit. And again, a little laggy here. My apologies. I think some of that might be the amount of equipment that we have around here, but I also think that we're still building those cache files after the 1.5.1 update. Because keep in mind, folks, I have probably spent only 3 or 4 hours in the game since the update came out. So that is that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So let's go ahead and drive over here and grab our beautiful Pinta DB50 tipper here. I just love this thing. And while I'm here sort of at this point and talking about this particular mod, I'll just remind you all, and I'll plug my website, grizzlybearsims.com. Again, that's grizzlybearsims.com, and you will find a link to all of the mods that I run on my maps. And let me just once again look here at our list of things that we need to do. We need hay and or grass. So we do have some grass, and we're also going to be doing hay. So let's go ahead and grab hay because we have a lot of that. A lot of this is leftover from last year and some stuff that we have also purchased. But anyway, I do plug or keep all my mods that I have, that I use in my maps, including Snetterton Farm and also Thornton Farm, since those are my two current production maps, or maps in production. I keep the links to all the mods. So if you see something and you're wondering to yourself, that DB50 Penta trailer. I've never seen that before. Of course, you'd have to be new to my channel if you've not seen that before, because I also used the DB50 on Lawfolds there towards the end. I think was when that came out. But anyway, if you want to know about that, just go to my website at the top of the page. And again, that's grizzlybearsims.com. At the top of the page, you'll see a link that says add-ons and mod directory. You'll just click on that. That will open up a Google document spreadsheet. At the bottom of that Google document spreadsheet, you'll see some tabs. Each tab corresponds with a simulation-based game that I enjoy playing. And so that obviously includes Farm Sim 17. And you just kind of sort through that spreadsheet and you'll see everything listed there. So let's go ahead and drop our hay here for these guys. And of course, I don't think it's going to take it all. It's going to take only about 12,000 liters of that, unfortunately. And so we'll drive the rest of this back down to the main farm and put it back in the storage bunker. Let's see what else I was going to say. So I wanted to sort of I guess inform you all, because I sort of did this with Thornton Farm episode, I'm not sure what episode number that was, might have been episode number 9. It was the one that I recorded in what I'm jokingly referring to as modern times. And again, because I took that long hiatus, I sort of did my own advertisement on that video. If you watch Eustace Farmer, you know that Eustace Farmer plugged my Jerry Taylor Woodworks. It's a little part-time business that I run out of my wood shop here in Denver. I make various small wood items, mainly pens, writing pens. I sort of plugged that at the very opening sequence of the video. It's about a 20-second long little commercial, and featured the featured pen for that video. And so I'm going to kind of do that for just a little while. I want to share the stuff that I do with you all, and maybe at the same time, I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right now, so we need to get some silage. We will grab silage from over at the dairy farm, because we've got that silage bunker over there. And that's how we will do that. But I will, I'll selfishly plug my own stuff, because hey, this is my channel, and I don't have any control over what Google inserts into the videos, and I do like to keep things rated G. You know me, and I'm quite proud of that, and I know a lot of folks watch my channel just for that very reason. But you know something, if you need a holiday or Christmas gift or a birthday gift or whatever, pens make excellent gifts for any sort of occasion. It doesn't have to necessarily be Christmas, but obviously Christmas is coming up. I have a variety of pens at different price levels. I've got some pens of historical significant value. For example, if you're old enough, especially if you're old like me, you might know the movie The Shawshank Redemption. And if you are familiar with that movie, then you know that at the end of the movie, the character Red, which is played by Morgan Freeman, goes to this oak tree there in where Shawshank Prison was located or situated, and he finds some money and some other things that was left to him by Andy, which is the character, the other character in the movie, and his name escapes me right now. But anyway, that oak tree got struck by lightning a few years ago, and it eventually fell over in a windstorm a few years after that. Well, the owner of the land went ahead and cut that tree up and sold some of the wood from the tree. I purchased a very small portion of that wood. I still have some of it left, and I have made a pen out of that. That's available now. It's a high-end pen. I'll be honest about that, and obviously there's some historical significance to the wood that's in there. So that's my most expensive pen that I have on my Etsy page, and you'll find a link to my Etsy shop down below, and I'll stop talking about that because I don't want to make that the dominating thing of my videos, and we're coming up on about 21 minutes here. So let me just very quickly see what else we need to maybe take down there. We could probably take some pig food down, but we might do that tomorrow. And so let's go ahead and start wrapping things up. I think I'll clean up some of the other stuff off camera, and of course I think I will probably most likely spend game day 4 working off camera a little bit. I may also I'll probably do most of the mowing, and since we're going to turn that field down there into hay, most likely I will do the mowing off camera and maybe bring us together for the hay process. Of course, we're just going to pick that up because Stevie gives us the function, the opportunity here to store our all of our items in these wonderful silos here, and it might be a little unrealistic to store hay in that fashion, but we do play other maps where we don't have this luxury, and of course they'll be baling and stuff like that. For example, Thornton Farm will be doing some mowing and baling coming up on an episode very, very soon of that map. So anyway, I think I'm going to take the opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you for hanging in there during that 6 to 8 week or so hiatus, and putting up with my more or less my nonsense, my changing my minds here, there, and somewhat everywhere all the time. And I appreciate you guys just being loyal subscribers, loyal viewers, and most importantly, friends. And I think that's what I call each and every one of you who routinely watch my videos and obviously interact with me on the Three Dudes Gaming Network and PCSG, and of course through Discord, and also through YouTube. So there you go. All right, folks, as a reminder, please make sure you show some love to all of my friends of the Three Dudes Gaming Network. That would be Mr. Eustace Farmer, Farmer Klein, and of course Doug Zorley. Doughboy2913 is also producing great content. I think he might be taking a short break himself right now. And of course, I have other friends like Reefy1952, Shawnee B, the Bipolar Prophet. So all of those links are down below the video. So have a look at those at your leisure. And again, just thank you all so very much for watching my episodes. Please come back again very, very soon here on Snetterton Farm or on Thornton Farm. Take very, very, very good care of yourself and each other. God bless you all. Bye-bye.